President Granger opens the $313 million Center of Excellence in IT. It's Thursday, June 20. We have lots to tell you today. First up, President David Granger today said a digital revolution has been sweeping across the globe and Guyana has not been left behind. The head of state was speaking at the opening of the $313 million Center of Excellence in Information Technology at the University of Guyana-Turkana campus.
President Granger said Guyana has no intention of remaining in the backseat while the rest of the world moves ahead with digital and information and communication technology.
The digital revolution is transforming communities, it's transforming our country. It is transforming the Caribbean. It has the possibility of creating myriad new opportunities and augmenting the delivery of public services. Guyana is becoming a digital state. A digital state aims at establishing a network of connectivity, linking every person, every community, every government agency in the entire country.
The CEIT is a joint initiative between the governments of Guyana and India, born out of a memorandum of understanding signed back in 2016. The center will provide training for public sector professionals to ensure that adequately trained personnel are available for efficient operations of ICT systems. Minister of Public Telecommunication Cathy Hughes said Guyana is fully on the road to digital transformation.
We're fully focused on using ICT as the backbone of Guyana's green development strategy. The programs that will take us there are the Smart City Initiative, interconnected public services, e-learning, telemedicine, e-commerce, and most importantly, the opportunity for all Guyanese citizens to access government services, like applying for your birth certificate or your passport online, regardless of where you live.
Delivering remarks too was outgoing Indian High Commissioner to Guyana, Venkachalam Mahalingam. He said his government has had a hand in such centers across the world. The facility in Guyana, however, is the second within the Caribbean. India, he said, believes that information technology is the future of the world. Reporting for InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
With the mission of providing reliable electricity to all Guyanese, the government, through the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated, will soon officially open a third power plant for the year, this time in Bartica, Region 7.
Project engineer with oversight for the new Bartica power plant, Julian Reddy, provided an update on works to be done at the site.
The civil works is approximately 90% completed. The mechanical works is also 90% completed. The next phase that we're looking at now is to have the engine manufacturers. They will be here on the 30th. We have confirmed this with them to begin test runs and trials.
The new Bartica power plant will be powered by three 1.1 megawatt Cummins high-speed diesel engines, which will have a total output of 3.3 megawatts of electricity. The civil engineer also cited a few challenges faced during the project.
Last year we had some challenge with the closing of the sandpit. This caused some delays of the project also, and the same rain again sometime when the project started.
The new power plant had faced significant failures due to the aging engines. Project engineer Reddy shares GPL's vision for the new power plant.
So we're looking with these new gensets to have better reliability to the customers, to serve them 24/7 power without any sort of interruptions.
While the power generation needs will be met, minor electricity interruptions to aid in the maintenance of the transmission lines may still occur. The state-of-the-art power plant will be completed by August and was designed with the future in mind.
We cater for future expansion of one and engine. We've already have the base prepared, and we have a generator cubicle and a feeder cubicle.
Reported from the new Bartica power plant with videographer Jawan Jordan, Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
In more good news, Manager of the Guyana Water Incorporated's Bartica branch, Neil Thomas, disclosed that the agency has already begun works to upgrade the pumps in Rivers View to run on solar power.
The revelation was made during a community meeting following the Government Comes to You outreach in Region 7. Rivers View in Region 10 is just a boat ride for Bartica. In attendance was Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan, Minister of Education Dr. Nicolette Henry, and Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder.
Our presence here is not divorced from that. We are here as part of our responsibility to execute and deliver on the responsibilities of our respective offices.
During the meeting, Edis Williams, a village representative, raised the issue of having a better water delivery system. The village has 2 wells, one of which has a hand pump and the other a submersible pump run on a generator.
Right now we have a team of technicians that is installing some solar panels so that we could have this well run basically from solar electricity.
Thomas was referring to a well located in the compound of the Holy Name Primary School outfitted with the submersible pump that had already been upgraded by the team to run on solar energy.
The other well that is here, within a week, we should be in a position to have that also being run by solar electricity.
He also revealed that the utility company was looking into constructing a well in the village of Falmouth and will be looking to source pipes to establish multiple standpipes throughout the village of Rivers View. Kipani Jordan, InfoHub.
A call has been made for all member states of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, to ratify the Treaty on Nuclear Disarmament to ensure its early entry into force.
Foreign Secretary Ministry of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge made the call on Wednesday at the opening of a 2-day regional forum on the Treaty for the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. He said ratifying the treaty will strengthen the international norms and standards regarding the total elimination of nuclear weapons.
Our decision to both sign and ratify the treaty was rooted in our firm conviction that the total elimination of nuclear weapons is dependent not just on our words, but more importantly, on our actions in fulfillment of our common obligation to work for the maintenance of international peace and security.
Back in July 2017, under the stewardship of then Foreign Affairs Minister Greenidge, Guyana became the first CARICOM member state to sign on to the treaty, which prohibits the development, testing, manufacturing, production, possession, stockpiling and use or threat of use of nuclear weapons under any circumstance. The forum is a collaborative effort between the Government of Guyana and the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons. Treaty Coordinator Celine Nahori told the regional officials that the risk of use of nuclear weapons is on the rise.
To some, this might seem an issue for nuclear armed states only. After all, the Caribbean has already agreed to ban nuclear weapons in its region. Yet, the use of nuclear weapons anywhere would have disastrous consequences everywhere. Destruction.
In effect, she noted that all people and nations have an important role to play to achieve this. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
Still to come, government pushing maritime legislation for oil and gas industry, and an unprecedented 1,600 scholarships provided to Guyana's youth over 4 years. Details when we return. Stay with us.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. In oil and gas news, the government of Guyana has taken a quantum leap in the direction of improving the maritime legislative framework so that the country could be better prepared to develop the oil and gas industry.
The 24th meeting of the Caribbean Port State Control Committee was officially opened in Guyana on Wednesday evening. And according to the government, every effort is being made to respond to the demands of the industry. Speaking on behalf of Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, Chief Coordinator of the Work Service Group Jeffrey Vaughan said that the meeting is taking place at a time when the nation is focusing on the development of the oil and gas sector.
Given the realities that the exploration of petroleum is taking place in Guyana Exclusive Economic Zone, it is obvious that there would be an intensification of shipping activity in the country, as well as in our international and internal waters.
Vaughan said that the new development poses new challenges relative to shipping and shipping-related activities. He said for the country to respond to the fresh demands and challenges, a menu of measures need to be developed. These, he highlighted, will aid in developing port state, flag state, and coastal state-related issues. Chairman of the Caribbean Port State Control Committee, Michelle Amafo, said maritime administrations of the Caribbean must continue to consult and cooperate and exchange information with other authorities to fuel the aims of the memorandum.
As a region, this simply means that we must work harder and recommit to the goals of the MOU. This can only be achieved by giving effect to the provisions of the memorandum and taking the necessary steps to not only ratify the relevant instruments, but to ensure that these are enacted into national legislation.
The 24th meeting of the Caribbean Port State Control Committee is being held in Guyana for the second time. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
The coalition government remains committed to the holistic development of the youth population and has provided an unprecedented 1,600 scholarships to Guyanese youth over the last 4 years.
That figure represents a marked increase from years prior to 2015, as the current administration continues to make educational provisions for its youth. Director General of the Ministry of the Presidency, Joseph Harmon, on Tuesday reminded that this government has catered to all.
From 2015 to June 2019, we have offered over 1,599 scholarships to young people in this country and all other parts of the world making up that amount. And it was not from one part of Guyana. Every single region of this country had scholarships, regions 1 to 10.
Prior to 2015, only 138 scholarships were offered over several years. The scholarships are being provided through the Department of Public Service. A scholarship website was launched in March 2018 to make the process more transparent and widely accessible. Local scholarships are granted to pursue studies to at least 15 tertiary and technical local institutions and internationally at universities worldwide. Natisha Isaacs for InfoHub.
In our final report, the USAID Maternal and Child Survival Program, in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Health, was able to improve the clinical capacity of service providers for newborns and small babies in the area of Zika response through a training program.
It's my distinct honor and pleasure to be here for today's closeout event of USAID's Maternal and Child Survival Program. So I want to be the first to thank and congratulate you all for the significant and terrific impact that you've made to fight this first outbreak of Zika and to prepare Guyana for the next. This important health partnership between our governments supported both clinical and non-clinical Zika services, benefiting infants, children, and families across Guyana.
United States Ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, during her address at the MCSP Zika Response National Dissemination Closeout event on June 19. The program ran for 15 months and was aimed at equipping medical personnel with knowledge on how to treat patients who have contracted the Zika virus and disaster risk management. The project also improved health workers' ability to provide therapeutic early stimulation to children experiencing development delays and psychosocial support to mothers and families affected by Zika. In keeping with the government's mandate of providing good health and preventative care for all, this initiative goes hand in hand with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, Sustainable Development Goal SDG 3, Good Health and Well-Being. InfoHub, Kippany Jordan.
That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.